Hey, this is Peter Wolfing with another video. I'm here in Central Park and coming down from the Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis Reservoir, and you'll notice in front of me here that there's a race going on, as there often is in Central Park. And there's a point to my video here. Look at all these people, right? And if you can see for a moment, let me just situate myself here. You see these lines, right? The car lines that are going around the outside. Think of that as bandwidth. You know what bandwidth is, right? About your internet bandwidth. And have you ever been on the internet, and if you have kids, you know what I'm talking about, and all of a sudden the internet slows down to a crawl, and you say, who else is on the internet, right? Who else is it? Oh, Dad, I'm gaming right now, right? And all of a sudden everything slows down to a crawl. Now also, think about this here, and there's a point to what I'm saying here. Imagine if everybody here is compressed smaller into a smaller sized width, right? And each one of these people are not people at all, but they're all distractions in your business. Different business opportunities, different social media things to pay attention to. Because, I mean, as much as I'm all for, technology and making things easier, sometimes, if you think about it, too many things makes things more complicated, right? So now you have Tumblr, and you have Pinterest, and you have Facebook, and you have YouTube, and you have all these other social media that is meant to make your life simpler. But what happens is now it's more complicated because there's so many different things to keep track of, right? Sometimes you need less to be able to make it more. And the more things you have in your bandwidth, it's going to start getting more and more crowded, and your income and your success starts to come down to a crawl because there's too many distractions in your life. And then now the bandwidth is so crowded with so many different opportunities, so many different social media. Just like at home, you're having the internet, and now you have so many other people using the internet at the same time, everything slows down to a crawl. Think about that for a moment. Sometimes too many things are not a good thing. Let's talk about your income for just a moment, okay? I've never seen an entrepreneur who didn't see another opportunity and think it was a great thing. That's the entrepreneur disease, is saying, wow, what a great opportunity, another one. And you want to do so many different things. And yes, there may be great opportunities out there, but you can't do them all. You can't sit there and try to jump all over the place. And it's the network marketing disease of MLM junkie. Jump, do 5, 6, 7 different things at one time, and multiple streams of income and so on. Hey, I'm all for, here or there, one or two, but you have to do it in a perspective. You have to focus on one and make that the best you can, because if you focus on one and drill it deep and milk it for all it's worth before you start to go off and maybe kind of play with something else, or maybe have a plan B, backup or something like that, you got to do that. Because if you do so many different things, especially when you're first getting started, maybe these 5 right here, if you're doing 5 different business opportunities when you're first getting started, you're going to be mediocre income in all of them. And you're not going to really make a lot of money in any one of them. And you're going to be like, wow, I'm working myself ragged here. Instead of focusing on one and milking that for as much as worth, once you start to get that where it's dependable income, where you're making a nice sized income on that, maybe you start dabbling in something else, as a backup. And I talk many times on my videos on a plan B type of thing and so on, but not at the beginning. And not at the beginning, especially when you're learning your trade. You got to be laser focused on what you're doing, right? And what you're talking about and how you're building your business. So very, very important. Don't make your bandwidth, meaning your focus, too many things at one time, because it's going to slow down. It's going to be like this, compressed, and you're going to have all of these different things right here compressed into a small amount, and you start to slow down in your success. You're going to slow down in your income because you're trying to juggle too many different things at one time. Same thing with social media, okay? Pick and choose wisely what you do in your social media, because eventually too many things is going to start taking up your bandwidth and your time. And you can even expand that and say, listen, how many different things do I have to do? How much news do I have to watch? How many different distractions in my life do I have to do? Or can I just start cherry picking some of the things? I don't want that, and I don't want that, and I don't want that. Maybe you don't want to watch the news that much. Maybe you want to cut down on your television, and you take that one, you boot that one out. And maybe you want to start to do less surfing on YouTube and watching videos where you boot that one out. And guess what? Your bandwidth, the stuff you have to focus on is going to expand, and it's going to be more free-flowing as far as your focus, your income, and everything's going to be much, much better in your business and your life in general. Okay? So I hope you got what I'm talking about here. It's is kind of a more of a broader topic and concept, and I tried to give you a little bit of an analogy on computer, you know, basic bandwidth and type of stuff like that, and also the jogging and the people going through the race here with the amount of people and focus in your business. Right, guys? So hope you like this video. Look forward to seeing you on another one. This is Peter Wolfing. Have a great day. Bye.